Anytime you can end around with a birdie is good, but especially on a day like today, it's a grind out there. And so we played really well, and we kind of got fooled on some wind directions. The wind was kind of switching throughout the day, and so as y'all can tell, it's not good to miss the greens in some spots. So it makes it really hard to get aggressive, when the wind's flipping around. And so fortunately, we finally had a wind on my last that wasn't a crosswind. It was just straight in, and it's like, okay, we're not guessing here. And so I was able to get aggressive with it and hit a really good one, and it was fortunate to finally make a putt. So it was a good way to end.
Terrific. Let's open up for the floor from the questions. Number 2, Ken.
Hey, Taylor. So some interesting holes out there. Talk about 16 first of all, and how you salvaged the par there.
Yeah, that's another example of like the wind switching and swirling. Like we're standing there on the second shot. I think I had like 219 to the hole, and we're trying to land at 210. And like I pulled my drive, and it was going out that bunker, which it should have reached the bunker, but the wind had kind of switched, so it stayed short of the bunker. So that shot was actually a little bit into from the tee. So the second shot was supposed to be a little bit into as well. And I hit a 5-iron, and I thought I hit a great shot, and it just airmailed the green. It flew 225 instead of 210, and I was just in no man's land. And so I tried to hit the perfect shot, left it in there, and then I hooped it. So it's nice when you can kind of get away with one like that. But it's like my caddy said. He's like, we deserved a little something there because we had too good of a second shot to end up where we ended. But that's golf, and that's why they don't paint pictures on the scorecard.
And you got on a great stretch there on the front 9, your back 9, 5. Did you mean to position yourself out there, or was that on the drive? Or?
No, I was just swinging as hard as I could, and I was like, let's just, because you have to hit a hard one there to maybe knock on in 2. And so with the wind off the left, I just kind of flared it out right. But I've actually seen a couple guys over there, and when I was on 3 walking past Joaquin Neiman, he was in that same spot. And I looked at it, I was like, that's actually not a bad spot to be. And so, maybe subconsciously my mind put me there.
Right down the way, number 1.
Victor talked about the cheers from the OSU fans kind of helped him get through his day. What was it like for you? And did you have family and friends who were able to follow you the entire way?
Oh, yeah, for sure. This is easily the most fans I've had yet. A bunch of family, friends, and then, the whole OSU family, it felt like, was out there. So, like I keep saying, it's been, it's a dream come true to play at Oklahoma State and play a major championship here because the sport's going to be second to none. Anywhere we go from whether it's Memorial that's in Columbus or whether it's Dell match play that's in Austin, those places are in the actual towns of the universities, and then you come here and there's 20x as many Oklahoma State fans, and so that just shows you the culture that Oklahoma State has.
Right behind number 3.
Taylor, leaderboard is stuffed with guys who went off this morning. Whether it's heat and wind in a place like this, I know it might change and become an element hole to hole, but is time of day going to matter more?
Oh yeah,
in this situation, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, the scores. I made note of that to my caddy coming down our back 9. I was like, I don't think I see anyone more than 2 under in our wave right now. So, the scores are always going to be reflective of that. And just anytime it's windy and you get an afternoon wave, it's going to be tough, and especially when it's a course like this.
So do you think I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead. 2.
The 1 under this afternoon, how good is that? I mean, it was really solid ball striking round, you feel like?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, I don't know how many under par rounds there's going to be this afternoon, but there won't be a whole lot. So for us to get an under par round, I mean, it's just we're off to a good start. I haven't looked too closely the next few days of weather because, as we know, things can turn on a dime here in Oklahoma. So I'll just figure out the weather as we go. But if you were to give me 4 rounds of under par in a row right now, I might take it and not hit a golf shot and just kind of see where that takes me, because this course is not going to get any softer. We were talking about today, for being a major championship course, the greens were really receptive, and the scores are still what they are. So that just shows you how difficult it was playing today.
Let's go to 1.
Just real quick, what's your caddy's name?
Mal. M-A-L, Mal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last name? Does he
Oh,
have one?
sorry, Baker. Mal Baker.
Okay.
Yeah, my
Thanks.
bad.
Thanks.
For us visitors, is this are these late afternoon wins? Is this just germane to like Tulsa, this area, this golf course, or is this like statewide? Does this phenomena happen? every day?
Yeah, I mean, statewide, it's just one of those places. It's always windier in the afternoon. It feels, and everyone. So I live about an hour and a half away from here in Edmond, and play a couple courses there. And we've been saying it for the last 3 or 4 months. This has been the windiest spring, which is saying a lot for Oklahoma because we get some wind here. So it's been the windiest spring we can remember. And so you know, this week I was prepared for these types of days because it's been like that all spring. And yeah, so hopefully in the morning we'll get a little bit of a break from it, but it's Oklahoma. Who knows?
Let's go to Juan here.
So you said you had plenty of experience with the wind. And you proved it today. So if you had to do like a 30-second seminar on how to play with the wind, what are the main secrets or what are the main things that you do?
Oh, man. It's tough. I just did a Golf Digest thing where they were asking me to explain how to flight shots, and I was like, this is why I play and I don't coach because I just do it. I don't know. I don't explain it very well. I see windows. I see kind of where it needs to go, and I try to get it to go there. I don't have a good answer for you there. Sorry.
Going to go back left, number 6.
As a whole, how was it playing out of the sand? I know you had obviously your chip in came probably not exactly your landing spot. I don't know if that was an anomaly or how was it playing out of the sand today?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a guessing game at times because this stuff is a little bit different than what we're used to, and I'm sure some other guys have talked about it, but the individual grains of sand are they're huge compared to the norm, and so it makes it a little bit of a guessing game, and it makes the bunkers really, really penal. So, the one that I flew in, I was not trying to land that in the hole. So I got really, really fortunate there. But, yeah, it's a little bit of a guessing game and a little bit of just good fortune, So that's why I think that's why they're a hazard. So that's just part of the game.
Garrett, number 5, please. 5.
You were talking about the bunkers there on the course. What about on the practice range and how that simulates the course itself as you look on sight lines from the range?
Yeah, I mean, so when we got to the range Monday with my coach, Boyd Summerhays, we said, man, this range looks good, huh? Because normally a range doesn't have those type of bunkers that just visually simulate what you see on the course. So it's nice to get out there and part of my pre-tournament practice warm-up is I kind of play some holes, hit some different shots, and so it really helps having those bunkering, like they do here, and it just helps me kind of, prepare better for what I'm about to see out there.
Okay, one more on number 1.
I know in your practice round on Tuesday, I saw you on 12 actually hit a couple of bunker shots at that point. I mean, once you got out onto the course, how much during those practice rounds, how much were you trying to utilize those opportunities to get a feel for it?
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's nice to have 3 days on a major week because, it doesn't just take an afternoon to get comfortable on such a change. And so, each day I spent almost on every hole, spent a little bit of time hitting some bunker shots and, a handful of holes here and there, hitting some fairway bunker shots too. And so, yeah, I mean, you can't get enough time to get really, really comfortable because it's just so different than what we're used to. But we have 3 days, and you just got to try to do your best.
All right, Talor, thanks so much. Go spend some time with the family, and
Thanks, guys.
appreciate your time. Thank you.